Welcome back, one and all, myself included, to Adaptation, the ultimate vlog for film adaptations and the original material they're based on. As you may already know, we took the month of August off as a break from our regularly scheduled vlogs, and while I know you were all pining for us in our absence, you can dry your tears now, because it's now my turn to present my dream cast for an adaptation that I want desperately to see get made. Now I know what you're thinking. Is it, Jennifer? Is it really your turn? And I suppose your suspicion might be justified. After all, the last Dreamcast I did was not technically for my choice. Well, I should say the last Dreamcast I tried to do, because someone kept interrupting me. Sarah! But I think we should be safe this time around, as the book that I'll be casting is the Ranger's Apprentice series, which was legitimately my choice for an adaptation that I really want to exist. So I can safely say I don't think anyone will be interrupting me this time.
That's what you think.
Yeah, I think we're good. So starting off with, of course, the Ranger's Apprentice, Will. Will is described as small, cheerful, and very resourceful. He's also very inquisitive, always full of questions. And for Will's casting, I've chosen Freddie Highmore. He has a really cheerful face, and he's also a very talented young actor, so props all around for that. I think you could definitely capture the different facets of our main character. Will's strengths and weaknesses, and most importantly, his insecurities. Next off is Horace, Will's bully turned best friend. Through the course of the series, Horace becomes the rock to Will's wind, the bear to Will's butterfly. Those of you who've already read the series all the way through should understand the reference from the last book. And for Horace, I think that Alexander Ludwig would be a good fit. We can see from his portrayal of Cato in the Hunger Games that he can play the tough guy and the bully. And anyone who's followed him on social media can also attest to the fact that he can handle the other side too. He can be charming and endearing, like a teddy bear. Alice is the next character I've cast. As the courier's apprentice, Alice is very poised and composed. And she's also described as being very different appearance-wise to Will, who becomes her love interest in the later books. Aside from the very obvious gender difference, Alice is slim and tall, where Will is small and wiry. Alice is blonde-haired, Will has dark hair. Basically, they're the very picture of the phrase opposites attract. And to play Alice in my hypothetical adaptation, I have selected the lovely Imogen Poot. She exudes grace to fill this part, and she definitely has the acting chops too. After that, her willowy height to provide the necessary contrast to Will. Bringing in the other main female character, we have Evelyn. Again, for those of you who've read the series, you'll understand why I'm using air quotes here. And for the rest of you, read the books. Seriously. Now, Evelyn is almost tomboyish and has a bubbly charm all her own. And personally, I think that Chloe Grace Moretz can bring that charm very well to the role. Now, you may have noticed that of the people that I've cast so far, Chloe is the first American actor. I have been trying to cast people with British accents in order to fit the setting of the story, but I don't think that Chloe would present a problem here. After all, when she played in the movie Hugo a couple years ago, her feigned British accent was so convincing that she had the director convinced she was British. And last but definitely not least is Holt, the crotchety and borderline antisocial ranger. Holt is described several times in the series as being wolf-like, smart and intense, and yes, sometimes scary. And to be perfectly honest, every time I hear the word ranger, I automatically think of Viggo Mortensen in his portrayal as Strider in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Now I know I'm typecasting here, but come on! Viggo Mortensen was amazing as Strider, and I can't help but think that he would be just as good as Holt. And even more than Chloe, his accent wouldn't be a problem because Holt has a different accent from all the other characters anyway. And you know, I could go on and on and on with my casting. After all, what I've done so far is the very bare bones of the characters in this series. I haven't even touched on any of the villains at all, but to be perfectly honest, if I branched out even a little bit, I wouldn't be able to stop. Better to stop while I'm ahead. But just because I'm limiting myself doesn't mean that you have to. Limit yourselves, I mean. Feel free to cast any or all of the remaining characters in the comments section, and make sure to let me know if you think any of my selections might need to be recast. I won't get mad, I promise. Don't forget that we also have a podcast on iTunes, as well as other social media sites, and be sure to send us a quick message or review so that others can find us too. We'll see you next Saturday, and until then,
Welcome back, everyone.